Welcome to Sweethearts or Rivals. I'm Charla.
I'm Justin.
What are we doing today?
Today we are going to be looking at our top 5 games that we played for the first time in 2014.
Right.
So they're not necessarily games that came out in 2014, just ones that we happened to play for the first time.
Right.
Yep.
Because if we did a list of top 5 2014 games that came out in 2014, well, we've only got to play like 10 of them, so that's not quite fair. So.
Yep. All right, so we both have our lists, and they're secret.
They are secret.
And they're safe.
Yep.
Okay. So, where's the start player die?
It's right here.
So we got the start player die. I will roll first. 4.
5. What are we rolling for?
Who gets to go first?
Oh, okay.
So now you get to reveal your... We both have an honorable mention, don't we?
I have an honorable mention because it's a game that I only got to play one time. And I died on the second round. So I don't count it as being a full play. Because I lost Dead of Winter for the whole table by dying on the second round of gameplay. That's my honorable mention.
My honorable mention is also Dead of Winter.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
I know.
We're going to have the same list?
Maybe. So I actually got to play Dead of Winter a while ago. It was my second time playing the other night. And the reason it's an honorable mention, and the only reason it's not on my top 5, is because we don't own it. And it requires 3 players minimum to play.
Right.
Which is kind of a bummer. The other thing is you're not a fan of zombies.
Yes, and that's why I held off so long on playing it, because I thought, oh, I really want to try that crossroads mechanic, but zombies, I'm tired to death of zombies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll just wait until the next crossroads game comes in.
Yeah. So we are really hoping that the next crossroads game, which is supposed to be space themed, is coming out soon. Because the mechanisms and the gameplay, and is there a traitor, is there not a traitor, why are you doing something that's so sketchy if there's no traitor, like just...
Right.
Everything blends so well.
Dead of Winter had been themed as an alien invasion, I would have pre-ordered that so fast.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just me.
Yep. And just some of the things that can happen there, like...
it could be an alien invasion on Earth, or it could be like a space invasion with spaceships.
Yep. Amazing game. Love all the mechanisms in it. Cannot wait for it to come out with a new theme.
Yeah, me too.
All right,
cool.
So that was our honorable mention. All right, so now on to the official list, our top 5 games that we played for the first time in 2014.
I opened it to the wrong side.
What is your number 5?
Well, something weird happened with my number 5. It's a tie.
Oh, goodness.
I love 2 games equally, and I just could not choose between them, so I had to have them both. Because I had them all, separately, and I was like moving one, moving down, up, down, and I just couldn't do it.
Okay, so your number 5s are...
My number 5s are Friends, or however you say that, Friends.
Yep.
Friends, and Palaces of Kara.
Nice. Awesome.
Yep.
My number 5 is Rococo.
Rococo.
Yep.
Nice.
Let's go. All right, so we're back with our top 5. So we got Palaces of Carrara.
And Frenzy. Now, the reason this is a tie, they're both games for me that you get to choose your stuff as they get cheaper. But this one is with cards. The cards get cheaper. And you buy them with the tower pieces, which I find really cool. This one has a rondelle. And that's how the pieces get cheaper. And they're the cutest little bricks. Wooden bricks.
Yeah.
So they're kind of similar but kind of different. And I love them both equally.
I do like how Frenzy you pay with the bricks, so you've got this spread of cards, and you can either pick up the cheap ones right away, or you can start putting bricks down to pay.
Yeah.
So then the ones that nobody wants get more and more enticing because there's more and more bricks.
Right.
That's an excellent mechanic.
Yeah.
Palace of Carrara didn't make it on my list only because there's the base game, and then there's the expanded game which has a whole lot more intricate scoring and special abilities.
Yeah.
And we just haven't played enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. but can't wait to get into that some more.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Rococo.
My number 5 was Rococo, which is kind of surprising to me because this was not a game that I thought I would really get into because of the theme. You're a fancy dressmaker and you're making fancy dresses for a fancy dress ball. But the mechanisms are very unique, and there's lots of different kinds. Like there's some deck building, kind of worker placement, but not really.
Yeah.
Then a lot of it comes down to area control
and resource management.
Yeah. And they play together really well. And I think one of the reasons why I like Rococo so much is when it comes down to that area control, it is cutthroat. It's a cutthroat fancy dress party, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And it works so well together.
It's like a vampire fancy dress party.
There you go. Yeah. Just be like, I'm going to put my dress in that person who's going to be right next to the king. I'm going to do that first. And then it's just like a brawl. Yeah. So that's why I like Rococo. Works really well together, and it's funny just how engaging a cutthroat area control fancy dress party can be.
But you mentioned all the mechanisms, like it's because they all fit together so smoothly, and everything works together so perfectly, that's why it's such a great game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So that's my number 5, and that's your number 5.
Number 4.
Number 4.
What's our number 4? Ooh.
What is your number 4?
My number 4 is Quarriors.
Quarriors! Nice. Yeah.
Cool. Dice building game.
There we go. My number 4 is Alien Frontiers.
Awesome.
There we go.
Okay.
Alright, so your number 4 is?
Quarriors.
Quarriors.
And I'll show you this box because our original is kind of boring. It's the tin.
Yep. I like the tin.
And the reason I like Quarriors, well, there's a whole bunch of fancy, pretty dice, which is a nice component.
Dice are awesome.
I really like the dice bag building mechanic, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And every time you play it, you get to play with different dice, and all the monsters are different, and I just really like it a lot.
Yeah, and even the combination between the dice and the cards, so even if you're using the same dice, they're not necessarily going to be the exact same. There'll be different levels of power, which is really cool.
Right. And a question you guys might be asking yourselves is, well, Marvel Dice Masters came out this year. Why doesn't she like that better? Well, number 1, I haven't played it. And the reason I didn't feel the need to buy it is because we already have Quarriors.
Yep.
And I'm not a huge superhero fan. I'm more fantasy. Sorry. I like fantasy better than superheroes.
Yep.
I'm a girl. I can't help it. I mean, I'm sure there's some girls out there that love superheroes. But me, fantasy all the way.
Okay.
So, and it's a collectible one, and I just thought, we've already got Quarriors. Let's...
Yeah.
Like, and from what I understand, the gameplay is very similar. I don't think there's many differences in it at all.
I think there's some differences, but
not a
the
ton.
Base mechanic or mechanism is pretty similar.
But like I say, we haven't played that one, so that can't even make our list.
I find the dice and Quarriors, they look better.
I do like them better. Just, the look of the game, I like fantasy, that's my choice, Quarriors.
And then I'm hesitant to even try Marvel Dice Masters simply because it is a collectible dice game, and we have gotten into things like Magic in the past, and it's so easy for that to become such a huge money suck.
Yeah, but I think they've geared it so it's not quite as bad as Magic, though.
But still.
It's still, to chase down...
That actually turns me off of it.
Yeah, to chase down the packs and the cards that you need, and then,
Yep.
I'd rather just buy a whole set and give me the game and let me play it.
Yeah. Excellent.
Quarriors.
Alright, my number 4 is Alien Frontier. We got, before this year, we got Euphoria, which you roll dice, and based off of what you rolled, you can then start putting them out to do different things, and I love that mechanic. It's an amazing mechanic, and we heard that Alien Frontiers has something very similar, where you got your dice and you roll them, and based off of what you roll, that allows you kind of worker placement style to go out on the board and do stuff.
Right.
And there's blockage just like in regular worker placement, but you also have to contend and mitigate and manage the dice, which are your spaceships. And I love that mechanic. The theme is awesome, especially when you add in the factions expansion. because that just gives variable player powers and secret goals, and it's just an amazing, good game. The scoring is awesome because your scoring can go up and down. So if I score something, it doesn't necessarily mean I just get some points. I might get a point and knock you down 2 points. So just the way the kind of scoring goes up and down and shifts, and you don't really know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
I like that game too. With the resource management.
Yeah.
And then we got that pack that upgrades the cities to those cute little cities, and they have purple as a player color.
Yep. Although I guess in the 4th edition, it comes with the upgraded.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. So, amazing game. One of the first really big Kickstarter successes, which we're glad because it's just awesome.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
And we like Kickstarter too.
Yeah, we do. So that's our number 4s.
Next.
Our number 3s.
Oh, let me consult my secret list.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm ready.
I'm ready as well. What is your number 3?
Targhee.
Targhee. Ooh, Targhee.
Targhee.
Okay, my number 3 is 5 Tribes.
5 Tribes.
5 Tribes.
Get the games.
All right, we're back. Your number 3.
Targhee.
Targhee.
This game is a game that you set up on a variable board with the cards like that. And you're using pawns to mark off where you want to put your huts to get cards, and you're also gathering resources to gain those cards for points and special abilities.
Yeah.
And you only have so many rounds to do it. It's a 2-player only game.
2-player only game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just get so caught up in the game that the time it takes to play it flies right by. I don't even notice the time go by when I play it.
It is a little bit of a longer 2-player game, but yeah, it doesn't feel like it's longer at all.
No.
Yeah.
I always get caught up. I love resource management games, and then I get caught up trying to figure out which synergies of the cards will work best with the special powers and all that. I just love it.
Awesome. Targhee. Good game. My number 3 is 5 Tribes.
Ooh. It's new.
This is a new one. Days of Wonder. The production value of this game is just amazing. The artwork's awesome.
That is true.
I am a huge fan of Mancala. So this uses a Mancala-like mechanism, which, like, but you can Mancala all over the place. And I'm just like, oh, all the choices. I love it. I love the variable powers of the different kinds of tribesmen, the different powers from the different djinn, and there's just like 50 million different paths to victory, and all of them will give you points. So it's all about which one is going to give me the best points right now. And I love it. I know a lot of people are like calling this AP the game, but I don't find it's that bad at all.
I don't either.
Yeah.
All the times I've played it, there's a couple of times, but...
Yeah. And I mean, if I miss like the best thing, but I get like the second best thing on my own, like I'm good for that.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time when I'm playing 5 Tribes, I'll look around not at what can be moved around, but I'll look at what I want
and how to
and then
get
work
there.
backwards.
Yeah.
Like, how do I get there? Work backwards. Oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
So that cuts down the AP a lot. And yeah, I love this game. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I have to mention too, pink as a player color is awesome. No, it's awesome. You get these little pink camels. I love it.
Yep.
Great choice. I'm glad they included it.
Here we go.
Yep.
Our number 2.
Number 2?
Number 2. What's
Secret
your number
list?
2?
My number 2 is Vikings.
Vikings. Interesting. My number 2 is Targhee.
Oh, well, we'll just switch.
There we go. All right, so my number 2 was Targhee, which is why I didn't really say a whole lot about Targhee when it was your number 3.
Yes, I understand that now, because I knew you really liked Targhee, and I thought, he didn't say anything.
Targhee has become my favorite 2-player only game that we have.
Yeah.
And the reason that I like it so much is Charlotte already there we go. Charlotte already showed you how like the board is made up of these cards, but when you place one of your Targhee here, it blocks off that whole row. So there's a whole lot of choices of I want to go here, and that blocks it off from you. And then you're like, well, I know which one of the cards in the middle you're going for, so you can block me from getting that. And there's just...
Unless it's something I really need to do, and there's a lot of good choices.
Yeah. You're only putting off like 3 of these little Targhees each, But still, in those 3 choices, there's a lot of things to consider and pick up, and yeah, just my favorite 2-player game so far.
And there are times when you're placing your Targhees, and then you go to put your huts, and you're like, I didn't want any of it. I didn't want either one of these two. What happened? What went so wrong?
Yeah.
He went so wrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need an expansion. Like, there's enough game here that's just awesome, but we've also heard that there's an expansion that the developer has in mind. So Z-Man Games or any other company that wants to pick up Targhee and get the expansion,
we'll pre-order it.
Yeah. That's awesome. So that's my number 2.
Number 2, mine is Vikings.
Vikings.
This was reprinted this year. It was one of my Grail games. When I first saw it, and they said, oh, here's a run through, and it's out of print, so you're not going to be able to get it. And I saw the gameplay, I was like, no, I want that game so bad. And then all of a sudden we heard it was going to be reprinted, and we got it this year.
Yep.
So I played it for the first time, and I love it. It's got a rondelle, and you put these little tokens out of what you can purchase, and the rondelle determines what the price of those little tokens are, and then you put them in your little Viking village, which is kind of like a puzzle. So it's got 2 of my both favorite things in a game, rondelles and puzzles.
Yeah.
And the cutest little Viking meeples that you ever did see.
Yep.
Yep.
Although apparently Vikings never actually had horned helmets.
I don't care.
I don't know why that was such a big deal for one of the people that was playing this, but that's okay. They look cool.
I think the meeples look awesome.
Yeah, they do look awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's also got, you draw random Vikings out of a bag to populate the rondelle, and I just really like it.
Yeah. Awesome. Vikings, you're number 2. So now we're down to it. Number one favorite game we played for the first time in 2014. What is yours?
What do you think it is?
I think it's Manila.
It's Manila.
I knew it was Manila. What's mine?
I would have thought it was Dead of Winter, so I don't know.
Oh, it's not.
It's Vikings?
Vikings.
Oh, no wonder you didn't say anything about it.
Yeah, I thought you were going to pick up on that. All right, we're back with our number 1, and mine was Vikings, which, again, is why I didn't say anything when you were talking about your number 2.
Well, I just talked about it, so go ahead.
The reason I like Vikings is my number 1 is that rondelle mechanic is so unique. So you have a certain group of the Viking meeples, and there's a whole bunch of different colors, and they get grouped together. So all of one color, and then all of the other color, and then all of the other color around this rondelle. So the choices are, is like, I really want that one that's really far away, but it's expensive, or I can get this one for free. But the rondelle shifts as you buy things, making everything else cheaper or even free, and just the amount of choice in that one part of the game is amazing. And all the different tactics and strategy you can use to get the best stuff and not get the stuff that you really need for you for free.
Right.
And then on top of that, like you said, once you've gotten those pieces and those Vikings, putting them out on all these little islands and making this puzzle of what you're exploring. Very, very kind of Carcassonne style.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah. Again, either one of those is amazing, but put together, it's just
it's a home run.
Yeah. Yeah. So Vikings, love Vikings. On my list on Board Game Geek, I keep track of our plays, and at the end of every year I go through and edit them so that we can keep track of how much we're playing every year. And except for little tiny micro games and stuff that you can play 3 or 4 of them and run, Vikings by far was the game we played the most this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Vikings.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yep.
And Manila. We just got this, and we were so lucky because we ended up being able to purchase the original Rio Grande version.
Yep.
Because there is a reprint out there, but it's got cardboard chips, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But the production quality of this one is really excellent.
Yep.
So I wanted to hold out for it, and we've been looking for it for quite some time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we just got it. It's a game of mostly chance. Lucky chance for me. And also kind of trying to predict or bid on different random things that are going to happen.
It's that whole like risk versus investment.
Right.
How much am I willing to risk of my money on investing in this risk or this venture, and do those risks and how much you're going to lose on it outweigh how much you could potentially make?
I never balance that. I'm just like all willy-nilly with my money. Yep. I'm like, this seems like the right thing to do. And another thing I really like about it is how the ships move, because you have the ships and you start them off at certain levels, and how they move is all based on a random die roll. So kind of calculating the odds of what the dice are maybe perhaps going to roll. Yeah. I find that really fun. Yeah. I don't know why.
A lot of odds prediction in this game.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I am a gambler at heart, and that's why I don't gamble, because I know we wouldn't have any money left. But with Manila, I can just do it all day long, and all I get to have is fun. Yeah.
Awesome game. The only reason this didn't make it into my list is because for it to be really, really good, you need 3 players. We kind of have our own little 2-player variant, which works. But when you get 3 or more players, that's when this game really shines.
Yeah. Well, it is a 3-player game technically, a 3 to 5. Yep. So But
awesome game.
I still like it with the 2-player variant. Yeah.
Gotta give a thanks out to the guy who sold it to us.
Thank you very much.
Because we got a decent deal on it. Yep.
And I've been excited about it ever since.
So that's our top 5 or 7 games that we played for the first time in 2014. Yeah, that's true. Excellent.
Yep, that's our list.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Laters. Jinx ears are on camera.
Jinx, can you lie down, please? Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, just look at this.
I suppose.